Good morning, Bulldogs, and welcome to the BNN Magazine Show. I'm Maddie Smith.
And I'm Michaela Matheny. This time we'll be showing you more on Jake Kelly,
The automotive class.
and Dance Marathon.
Check out this segment for an inside look at senior Jake Kelly.
I'm Jake Kelly, and I'm a senior at Columbus North. I think I like the outdoors because there's so much you can do in the outdoors, and it's always gonna be there for you, and there's always new stuff you can find, and different adventures you can go on, and different sports you can do with nature. I don't ever want to get to be a boring adult. I want to be 60 years old and wakeboarding out with my son, with my maybe grandson. It's I see something that seems really off the wall, and oh my gosh, no one would ever do that. That's stuff you only see in the movies or on TV, and then do it. Like spring break, we're going camping. A bunch of us guys are gonna road trip down to South Carolina and camp on the beach for a week, just because we want to. So. All the action sports I do, you start terrible. You gotta go in knowing that you're gonna suck. When I picked up a snowboard, I fell on my butt 100,000 times. But through perseverance and getting back up, you start to get better. And I have this dumb line: you can never black belt any of my sports. You can never get to a point where you can't progress anymore. You can't say, I master wakeboarding. I can do every single longboard move there is, because you can't. There's no one that can. And that's what's awesome about them, is they're always evolving. I guess everybody knows it is the loud car with the roof rack. It's how everyone, and all the stickers. I got this nerdy Honda Fit from my dad when I got my license, and when I got it, it was super grandma car, really basic, and I didn't have an option. It was my car, and not that it's a bad car. I love it, but I kind of took my own self and put me into it, because I think it's a good representation of me. I got really lucky. My mom got a camera for Valentine's Day for my dad, and it was a decent DSLR, and she hated it because it was so big. She had trying to lug it around everywhere, so she got us a more compact one, and then that kind of just sat in the closet. And I took it out one day and kind of just messed around with it, and then got on YouTube and read the manual. I read the manual 1,000 times. I've recently gotten taking film pictures, and I take pictures of things that I want to remember, and usually it's me doing things with friends, or doing cool things that I really want to forget. The first film photo I ever took, it was the very last day of school. Me and a bunch of dudes went out to Andrew Rediker's lake and tubed all day and wakeboarded and spent the night. It was pretty cold that day for some reason. And the sunset was gorgeous. And I had it was a little point and shoot Kodak I bought from Goodwill for $4. And the first ever one, and I developed it, and I was so proud of it. And it's my first one in my album. But it's this beautiful orange sunset on a lake. No, GoPros are really cool. I got the first camera they started producing when they got big, and I think they're really cool because they give you a super sweet perspective of stuff that before could never be captured. I've got my selfie stick. It's a PVC pipe I cut and put a handle on it and just put the GoPro on the end. It gives you sick pictures from things that could never be captured before. I think one aspect, a lot of my hobbies take place outside, and in the woods or with nature, in a lake or something. And it's given me a really big appreciation for the environment. And I think as I've grown older, I try to cut down, but I try to be kind of an environmentally conscious kid. We only have our one planet and one environment. We can't be messing that up, and I would hate to one day get to a point where we can't go in the woods, or like we can't go wakeboard somewhere because like lakes are being polluted and like stuff like that because we've ruined it being men.
Columbus North's annual dance marathon was this past Saturday. Check out this segment for more.
I was on media and marketing for Dance Marathon, and we designed t-shirts to advertise the dance and a video to promote the dance.
I was on the registration committee, and we basically helped kids get into and registered, and I was at the table where we were having them register online if they weren't already and checking them in with their donations and parent forms and everything.
I was on food committee for Dance Marathon, and so we just got donations from different restaurants.
We try to raise as much awareness for Turning Point as possible.
So far, we've been dancing, listening to music, and there's been a lot of different activities like human foosball. And throughout the night, there are going to be different activities to do. And so everyone's having a lot of fun, and I'm especially having a lot of fun. And so everyone's making new friends, and everyone's dancing to music, and it's going to be a really great time for the rest of the night.
Dance Marathon is an event that we hold every year, and it's to raise awareness and money for Turning Point, which is the local domestic violence shelter. And it's fun. All the high schoolers come and chill out for a whole night and have fun, and it's for a good cause.
Here's Ben Baker with a look into the automotive class.
Many students will join a class like this or take a class in automotive to gain information to become a mechanic or a technician. I have some students that take the class just because they know that they're going to be driving, or they are driving and they want to know more about the vehicle. Other students have had desires to go into engineering, and this is a good hands-on class to where you can actually take a lot of principles of engineering and put them into practice, getting your hands on the equipment to understand how physics works, understand the workings of the engine, of the vehicle. 2 periods long, and so the first period we usually spend sitting in the classroom, going over, having a discussion, lecture type situation, watching some videos on how some things work. The second hour is always in the shop, and that's where you get out in the shop and work with your hands, whether it be tearing an engine down, putting it back together, doing alignments, tire changing, tire balancing. There's just so many different things that you can do in the shop. Battery testing, electrical system testing. In this particular shop, we cover 3 main areas: the engines, suspension and steering systems, and electrical. If they take it a second year, the areas covered are brakes, braking systems, and engine performance.
I'm in first year automotive, and right now we're doing a couple labs about battery testing, things like that. I think my favorite thing about automotive is all the different labs we get to do, head over to East, take apart an engine, all the different labs we do. It's a lot of fun. Last week I finished a lab about battery testing, so we're just testing voltages on different car batteries, seeing if they're charged or not, and testing the amperage as well. And so that was a simpler lab. I think he's a great teacher. He teaches a lot of different stuff. He's really knowledgeable at everything. He can explain it pretty well, and I think he's a great teacher.
The key thing is understanding how things work, and so here you get it all. You get the written information, the discussion time, and then you get to go out into the shop and actually apply it, and that's when the pieces finally start to come together and they really understand what we talked about in the classroom.
that's it for this time, Bulldogs. For BNN, I'm Maddie Smith.
And I'm Michaela Matheny. Have a great day.